Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I am sleepysimsie and today we are doing a build. And I am so excited for it because I've never really done anything like this. Normally I will like renovate things or do apartments, but I've never done a build before. And this was like so exciting but so making me nervous. But I think it turned out pretty good. It's for my personal save file, and I really enjoyed it. I got a comment saying that they'd love to see more builds of my save files, so I'm like, you know what, let's do this. So I started off with a build. Now originally I was going to go with a one-story cafe, but I was like, you know, let's make it 2 stories. So that's what I did, and I really liked it. It turned out really amazing, and it looks really thin on the outside, but it actually turned out like a good size on the inside. I was very proud of it, and I was extremely proud of the roofing because I am terrible at roofing things, and I was like so happy about it because it actually turned out okay. So that little balcony area, I was originally gonna put a roof there, but I'm like, you know, let's add a balcony. That seemed like a good idea. Now let me just say, this build took me 2 days. I'm literally not kidding. It took me 2 days to make this build. Whew. And I got this video done in like 25 minutes, even though it took me on day 1 about half an hour to make it. And then I got frustrated because stuff wasn't working. And then on day 2, it took me 2 hours. And I finally got it done. So it's not like it took me the whole day. It just took me like 2 days to do it because I got frustrated with it the first day and I gave up with it. But yeah, let's talk about life real quick. So I'm graduated. Like, it's crazy. I'm like on my way to college. And like, oh my god, I am so nervous. I am actually going for videography. That is the short-term goal, to be a videographer, and I have a long-term goal of having a homeless shelter. So I've been wanting my own homeless shelter since I was like 8. I know it's like weird to want a homeless shelter when you're 8, but I was like, I saw this. We would go to LA a lot to get my mom's hair done, and I just saw so many homeless people every time we went, and I was like, this isn't right. I'm like, aren't there homeless shelters? And I was like, yeah. I'm like, then why aren't they there? And then I don't remember what she said after that. But I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna have a homeless shelter, and it's gonna be for people and animals, because a lot of homeless shelters won't allow them to have animals, and I don't know how I feel about that, because really shouldn't reject anyone based on that. So yeah, it's gonna be for homeless animals and homeless people. And when I was 8, I had this whole thing planned out for it. It was gonna be like a castle on the beach, and it was gonna have chandeliers and maids and everything. And then I got older and I realized, yeah, that's not how that works. So I realized, you know, money. Oh my god, that's the thing. I need money for this. And that got like me thinking like, okay, how am I going to make money? I need to do something that I'm good at. And I discovered that I'm good at editing. And I really, really enjoy it too. So I've been asked by some of my friends, like, hey, why don't I edit your videos? You can tell me how you want it. I'm like, no, I really enjoy editing. They're like, really? I'm like, yeah, it's fun for me. And I'm like, but thank you though. That's really kind of you. Well, I enjoy editing, and I never really thought that I would until I made a memorial video for my great-grandma. And that was so difficult because there were just these pictures of memories, and it was difficult to make a video like that, especially if it's of your family member that you've known all your life. And my great-grandma I've known since I'm 18 now, since I was about 16 or 17. So she's been in my life for a long time. And that was my great-grandma. like, not a lot of people have that, and it was very difficult to make that video, but I discovered that I'm actually good at editing, well, semi-good at editing, and I enjoy it. I never thought that I would, especially making that video, but I did enjoy it, and it turned out amazing. At the memorial, I got so many compliments about it, and it just made me so happy. And then I did another video that wasn't for my YouTube, that was actually for a business, and I got paid $100 in a gift card for it, and I was so happy because that just, I never expected that. And, you know, I thought, you know what, I could probably do something with this. Like, you know what, I'm going to do this. I'm going to try to make this my career for right now until I get enough money to do my homeless shelter. And I realized that's going to take a long time, but I really, really want to do it. And again, I've been talking about that with it when I was 8. So that was a lot of rambling. Let me talk about the build for once. So I'm doing a cafe, and I have a mod that makes the retail world Paris. And yeah, so this is almost the end of my 30 minutes of doing on day 1. I got really frustrated because debug wasn't working, so I decided before I exit the game to put all the stuff that I need, and I stayed with the chairs that were originally here, but I changed everything else. I think I actually stayed with the trash can too. But now we are going to day 2, so yeah. And in day 2, this one took me about 2 hours to build. And again, I was really proud of this because I've never really done anything like this before. And I finally got debug to work, which made me so happy because debug is amazing with the plants and everything. And debug is just really good for a lot of things, especially like the plants. So I was very, very happy that I finally got it to work. So I used these trees and these like little, I don't know what they're called, but I used them, and I decided I didn't like how many I had, so I got rid of a few and decided to move them, these 2, towards the middle. And that was like a big brain move for me. So that's what I did, and the trees ended up looking pretty good. So I finally did get debug to work. I just said I am so sorry. And I used these plants, and I was gonna use another plant, and I originally wanted to go with those ones on the side, but I went with them in the middle. And you'll see me in the video like stopping a lot because I am going out of my room to help with things, and I forget to pause the video, like recording, so you'll see that a lot. And I know I just talked about me loving editing, but I was way too lazy to go through all of this and take that out because that would have just taken forever, because I'd have to find the specific spots and then I'd have to go through them, and it was just a whole thing, and I just didn't want to do that. Even though we've been through this, I love editing. So here I'm doing some more plants, and I wanted to do like more flowers, but like I couldn't really find anything, so I ended up just going with these ones again, and those are really pretty, these colors, and I was really happy about them. I wanted to add another one, but again, I couldn't find anything, so I just ended up sticking with what I had. And then I found these, and they were just beautiful. And this one that you see right now, I have to fix that because it is facing up, and that was just a big old mistake because it's on the porch thingy. Anyways, I'm finding some like dirt stuff to put there, and I finally found some stuff because I felt like that makes it more a little bit realistic, because you know there's dirt where there's plants and everything. So yeah, we're coming up with the end of me doing the exterior. Well, not the exterior, but the plants and everything. And I originally thought, you know what, I'm gonna do this in like 2 parts, and looking at this right now, it probably would be a good idea, but I just didn't do that because it was like I didn't really want to like edit 2 videos right now, because I don't know, I didn't really feel like editing 2 parts of this because you know, why not just make it one whole part? And it ended up being 25 minutes, but it's fine. And yeah, so here I'm looking for a specific table that I really liked that I put in my game, and I found it, and you'll see in just a second. I mean, look at that. Isn't it just such a pretty table? I mean, it is to me. I really, really like it, and I think it's really nice. So again, I went with the same chairs as you saw in the other part, like the first part of the video, and I just changed the colors, and they looked really, really nice. And I decided to add some like outdoor dining because like when it's a nice day, you might want to have like your coffee outside or something, and I just think that's a good idea. Anyways, I added some on the balcony, which was again originally going to be just a roof, but I made it into a balcony, and I made these out here. So I decided, so I had like a lot of trouble with the stairs because they kept interacting with that window right there, as you can see, and I wasn't exactly sure what to do, and it got so annoying. And then I was like, you know, why don't I make like two stairs? And then I look up and they're in the wrong area, so I try to put them there, and then it just looks weird down here. And I finally figured out what to do with them, so I only used one chair, but it was, did I just say chair? I mean stairs. I'm so sorry. So I ended up going with these, and then I made it, like turned it around, and then I added a wall right here next to it, which actually turned out pretty well. And then I got rid of that little thing right there, and I don't know, at that moment I wasn't sure exactly what I was going to do with the shape, but I did figure it out, and now I'm looking for the right type of like railing and stuff. I wanted to go with the one that was outside, but that was just like, that didn't really seem like a, you know, like a inside type thing. So I went with these vampire ones, and they turned out really good. And I wanted to go with a darker type of light instead of ones I normally go with. So I took these ones from a set that you will actually see in my other video, which was a toddler CC showcase that I did a little while ago. And here again, I am stopped because I am helping my mom, and it's a little bit longer of the help, but yeah. Anyways, I wanted to change the lighting, but I didn't really like it because they ended up going to a different color. So I went with these ones, and it turned out pretty good. So then I started with the interior, and I was gonna do this in a separate video, but I'm like, I don't know, I don't want to do that. Anyways, I really liked the idea of this, and the interior actually came, at least this part came semi-easy. Not very easy though, and I was just really happy about it. So I was looking for like wallpaper, and I wanted to do like these, but they just didn't look right, so I ended up going with like this really like this one, and it's just like so elegant and everything, and I really liked it. And I moved the thing over, and it turned out pretty good, and I added some chairs on the inside and the tables, and I originally was going to go with some menus, but I'm like, yeah, you know, that just didn't work out because that made it seem more of like a restaurant, you know, and I wasn't going for a restaurant, I was going for a cafe. And downstairs I was originally going to make these the bathroom, but then I ended up with making upstairs the bathroom because I didn't really have the room to do what I wanted to do, and upstairs I didn't have the room either, so I went with something different. Anyways, I changed the little window area, and I think it turned out pretty well. I got rid of that window, and I moved this one, and it just turned out pretty well. So then I added like this broom thing because it made sense, and a plant in that little awkward corner area of the stairs. And I was looking for the right plant, and I finally found one. And then I was looking for decorations to put on the counter, and then I finally found something. So here's where I decided to add the menus to all the tables. I'm like, oh wait, this is a cafe, not a restaurant. So then I decided to add some roses, and I used these ones, which are really pretty, and for some reason that we'll find out later, I couldn't fit them in the middle of this table, but I could on the other ones. And the reason that I couldn't fit it on the table was because there was a menu there, and all I did was move around that and I found the menu. So yeah. And then I decided again to add the plant, and that was what I was looking for. And oh my god, it's already been 15 minutes that I've been recording this voiceover. My goodness, that's crazy. And then here's where I started to work on the bathroom. I wanted to do like stalls, but that didn't work out too well because I just didn't exactly know how to do it. And I was like, oh, how am I going to do this? So I decided to go with upstairs, but I didn't like this gap, so I moved them towards this way, and I didn't think about changing the windows. But yeah, so there's 2 separate bathrooms for men and women, but they look like exactly identical. We're not gonna talk about that. Anyways, I wanted to go with this domain sink and everything, but I couldn't find I didn't know what I was supposed to put it on, so I ended up going with like a marble one, and you'll see in just a second. It was this one, and I think it was a pretty good choice to do that. And then I was looking for the right mirror, and I was thinking that one, and then I was going through a bunch of different mirrors, and I originally just went with the one I originally had, which is actually a pretty nice mirror. It actually has like this thing that you can put on it, I believe, and it's like this not modern, what's it called? This I don't know what it's called. I'm sure I'll remember it in a minute. But then I decided to add soap because you need soap in a restroom. And you know what I don't understand is that, like, I don't understand how the soap just magically appears when you're washing your hands. I feel like they should like make a mod to have like the soap, like you have to like get the soap in order to wash your hands or something. But now I'm just looking for a hand towel, and I went with these, although I downloaded custom content bathroom stuff with really cute hand towels that I did not put in my game, which got really annoying. So then I just went with those ones, and I started adding chairs upstairs, and I wasn't exactly sure how I was gonna do that because it's way smaller than the other ones, so I just ended up going with these 2, and these turned out pretty good. And I put that plant there again. I used that plant quite a bit in this. But then I decided to add some doors to these rooms, and again, I wasn't sure what I was going to do, but I decided to go with an office and like this little book area, and this side was going to be something completely different that I wasn't sure what it was going to be, so then I made it into an office. And here I'm looking for like coffee cups, and I couldn't find anything. I was originally gonna put a register because I felt like that was realistic, but I couldn't really fit it in, and I didn't really know how to. So then I was looking for like mugs, and I found these ones, which turned out pretty well. I was going to put them next to the machine, but that didn't look right, so I put them to this side, and I added 2 because that just seems right. And then I add like these cake stuff because I felt like that was a good idea, and I had these cake stands. I'm like, okay, this isn't a bad idea. So I added like 3 different types of cakes, and it turned out like pretty well, I think. I was looking for the right cake stand. It was just so difficult, and I wanted to use this one, and I couldn't, so then I went with these ones. And the cakes are just deco, so they won't spoil. Don't worry about that. And I put them here, and then I was like thinking, like, what else can I do? And there wasn't really anything, so I just changed these colors, and to me that looked really well. And then I added some paintings around because, like, you know, that looks good. So I was looking at these paintings, and it was so pretty, and I decided to go with a different one in the end though. But yeah, and I really like these ones. So I was also thinking about adding like this as just like a chill room, but then I ended up making it a like a not a library, but like a book area. And here I was just looking for more paintings, and I wanted to change this one, so I was gonna go with this one, but the colors didn't really look well, So I ended up going with this one, and it was really nice. I don't like the frame color, but I like the picture of it, so I kept it like that. And here I was looking for something to put behind the bar area machine thingy, but I didn't find anything. And then I found these frames that were really cute, and I put them there, and then some chalk, because there's a chalkboard with the menu stuff, and like, it needs chalk, so I had chalk. And here is where I did the book room, and this took me about 20 to 25 minutes to do. Oh my god, it's the length of the video, who would have ever guessed? And then I couldn't decide on a bookshelf, so I originally went with this one, then I decided to go with this one. And then finding stuff to put on the shelves just took me a while. I actually went into debug a lot, and I was looking through debug like for so long, and I ended up not going. I think I went with one thing from debug maybe, but then I don't know. Anyways, I was looking for stuff to put on the shelf because I had some books, I added some decorations. I think I added some plants, and I added this calendar, which I had to another room. And I saw this phone, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna go put it on the counter because, you know, if you want to make phone calls, like orders or stuff like that, you can. Even though I don't think you can make orders at cafes, I'm not sure. But then this was way before I knew that I was gonna do an office. I had no idea I was gonna make an office. I had no idea what I was going to do with the other room. I was thinking maybe storage room. And like, you know, why don't I make an office? Because that seems right to do. Like, you know, for the manager of the cafe. Because I feel like, I'm pretty sure there's like offices for managers, right? It's like everywhere for that. And here I'm just looking for some more decorations to add to the shelf. And I ended up not decorating the whole thing, I'm pretty sure. Because I had a hard time finding stuff. And I was like, I didn't want to look like this anymore. So I'm just looking for more stuff to add. I added like a vase, whatever you say. And then the long journey of 25 minutes of debug. And oh my goodness, it took so long. This video is like, I'm surprised I got this video down like to 25 minutes when it was like a 2.5 to 3 hour video, like recording. And I was just like, oh my goodness. We're coming up towards the end of the video, and again, I'm just like scrambling through debug, like what can I find? Is there anything here? And then there wasn't. So then I decided to add a fireplace over here because I'm like, okay, that's actually like a really cute idea. Even though I'm not sure it's like that in cafes, but I like this idea. And I had this like little fireplace thing. I'm not sure if you can get to the fireplace and like light it with that there. You might have to remove it, I'm not sure. Then I added these chairs because I thought they were really cute. And then a rug. I was looking for like this rug, and it actually took me, it was pretty easy to find. And I added this plant again because, you know, why not? I added this painting, and I wasn't sure what to do in the other corner, so I added a easel to paint. I don't know if that's like, if you'll use it or not, but yeah. And now here we are onto the last room, and I finally decided, you know what? Let's make an office. An office sounds pretty good. So I used these, and then I changed the door because I don't think you'd want just anyone like walking into there, although I'm pretty sure they will if they want to use the computer. But yeah, I really like this, and it turned out really pretty. And I added this and then some paintings, and I moved the phone. So I was really gonna do it here, but I didn't like that, so I was like, you know what? It makes more sense in the office. And then I added a flower, and then a calendar, and then some books, and like a little thing for pencils and everything, which was a good idea. And then I just rearranged some stuff, and I added a clock on that wall because next to two windows, because that just looked weird empty, even though the other walls were empty. But yeah, that's the whole cafe, and I think it turned out really pretty, and I'm very proud of it. Because again, I've never done anything like this, and I'm not sure if I mentioned it, but the download will be in the video link description. The link will be in the video description, my bad. Nope, I'm saying that wrong again. Anyways, that's the end of this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, maybe consider subscribing. You don't have to if you don't want to. And have a great rest of your day or night. And I will see you guys in my next video. Yeah, bye guys.